So we will make a super sweet VJ rig ready for 2025 and onwards. In the heart of the rig, we are going to put our judgment on all new Mac Mini 2024, which is M4 chip. This is the base model, by the way. So we want to work with 3 display outputs, 2 for our LEDs or projectors, in our case 2 HD TVs, and 1 for our production where we're going to work. In our case, this folding portable monitor. Of course, as you may know, Mac Mini can work on 6K or 8K outputs in blah blah ways. Of course, I'm going to try that someday later. But for now, I'm going to work on 2 HD. So my project is going to be 2 HD and my work is going to be another HD display. So we are going to tear off the whole rig and start building the whole rig with you and make a count of the price so that we understand how much this rig cost. Then we are going to try out our rig with Resolume Arena, try to push and find out the limit. Spoiler alert, of course there's a limit, but how far we can go? Let's check it out. Not only that, this video is going to guide you to decide if you're going to buy a laptop or a Mac Mini setup in this year for your VJ rig. Hi, my name is Zunayed Sabbir Ahmed. So let's rip off the kit and build it together. The price may be a little bit plus minus depending on your location or where you are buying from. Let's start with the heart of the kit, Mac Mini M4. In short, I personally left Mac ecosystem back in 2017ish because the whole Mac Apple ecosystem was getting stagnated. There was nothing flashy coming out. On the other hand, Windows was getting expandable and I was expanding. Now I'm back to Apple and I'm also skeptic like you to try out how it goes with my workflow. Why base model? So I'm not going to repeat, but there are hundreds of videos saying why Apple SSD and RAM price is like really too much. So why base model? The answer is price. So M4 Mac Mini base model, 16GB RAM, 256GB storage, $599. Next, portable monitor. This is a non-branded monitor. This one is a touchscreen, but OS X does not support touchscreen functions. So any portable suite monitor would do. So portable monitor, $89. USB-C dock. We are going to use this Ugreen USB-C multi-dock. So this one is an expensive one with 2 HDMI ports. But for our rig, we don't need that much because we are going to connect our displays directly to the USB-C ports using converters coming later. So we can go with the cheaper USB-C hub, which might cost around $15. Keyboards and mouse. This is a Logitech keyboard mouse with a trackpad. So $20. MIDI controller. This is an Akai APC Mini. Why? Because it's sweet among the cheapest. $79. Audio interface. Scarlett 2i2 Hair. $199. SSD. Transcend portable SSD here. $89. For Bing Bang cameras and capture, Blackmagic 8M Mini, the very base model, which is $300. Then we have non-branded but very good quality USB-C to HDMI converters, 2 units. So $12 2 units, $24. Then I would carry 2 5-meter HDMI cables. $12 into 2 equals to $24. And then I would also buy a multi-plug to carry with me. So $1,444. Before we dive into Resolume, if you are new or you have been using it for a while but you want to get your basics right, I have an awesome course called Resolume Masterclass. I will have a promo code somewhere hidden in this video, so follow along. So as you can see, I have added a mouse. You might call it cheating, but to be honest, working on this was really hectic. So please forgive me. Either way, I am using 2 of awesome bangs from Unit 44. I'm going to demonstrate on them. They're called Next Dimension and Wing Commander. I'm going to leave a description where you can buy these awesome bangs. Thanks goes to Polo Unit 44 for sending me these clips. Okay, so let me put them into autopilot mode, the very new function from Resolume, and leave it somewhere so that it goes on and we get to try out the stress, mostly the FPS. Right now my project is 2HD as I told you before. Also I'm going to compare how it performs in 4K resolution at the end of this video. So let's stick to 2HD for now. So I have put a bunch of layers and faders and stuff, and everything is running now autopilot because this is not specifically a Resolume tutorial, but let me just explain what's going on. So whatever is happening in layer 1, 2, 3, 4, it's in autopilot, so I'm just mixing it somewhere in the middle. So I will be checking mostly the response and the performance time on Resolume on this project. So right now, though my project is 2HD, means 3840 by 1080, all my footages are 4K, by the way. So they are being stretched up, but I have made a different kind of pixel mapping where I have just chopped off the parts I don't need. So it's working in a seamless way, just the middle part. Works fine for me now. So I will try some of the heavy effects from Resolume, and as I go, I'm going to narrate the frame rate I'm getting right now. As we speak, we have 4K layers crisscrossing. All of them have somewhat effects is going on, and I have a bunch of master effects going on. Let's keep it in a complicated way. Oh no, too much wiggly. So okay, let's keep it somewhere here. Let's say we want to strobe. Whoa, why is our strobe slow? Because we have a different control for that. So this is our strobe. So when we strobe, my frame rate goes to 40 FPS. When I don't strobe, it returns to 47. What's going on? Oh, I have bunch of master effects going on. That's making it heavy. Let me turn them down. Let's see what happens. So my frame rate is somewhere 50. And let me turn off all my composition effects. So now I'm getting 60 FPS. I think that's okay. Let me try strobe. What happens? I am in 57 FPS. When I strobe at my peak, I drop down to nowhere. If I strobe black, same thing happens. No change. But if I put some composition effects, let's say this one is a wave. Also this one is, let me see what's this. Yeah, this is a wave warp, and this one is a RGB shift. Let me also twitch somewhere. My frame rate dropped to 40. So I am going to push some heavy effects. So first one would be stroke. And now I'm going to check the response as I hit them on piano mode. Right now I'm in 60 FPS. When I turn into stroke, everything turns for 4 FPS for a second, then it goes back to 41. Let me try again. Oh no, this was the frame drop. Oh, the frame drop was happening for the first time. That's a good warning. Great to know. What happens now if I press stroke? So this is responding just fine and my frame is dropping to 40. What if I don't stroke? It gets back to 60. Now I'm going to try the next heavy effects. In my opinion is Aquarella. Let me play something really bright and let me stop the autopilot for now. Okay, we are ready to hit Aquarela. We are having our frame rate 51. When we hit Aquarela, 3, 2, 1, ta! Frame drops to 26, 27, 29, going up. I'm still holding Aquarela and it's stuck to 30 FPS. When I release, we come back to 49, 48, 46. So let me now press. So this is gonna respond and react fast now. And I think the frame drop happens for the first time when we hit. Now if we hit back the stroke again, it reacts super fast. And then Aquarela. Both are smooth. You see, I don't know if that's a problem with Resolume or that's a problem with Mac, but I have found somewhere a threshold of the performance check. Other than a lot of wear patches available, Aquarela and stroke are the most heavy effects today in the January 2025. So now we're going to compare the same project with a full rig PC. This is a 3070 Ti, a decent GPU, which is good enough. This PC also has a secondary GPU, but that's just for an external outputs, additional displays. That doesn't help for the GPU performance. So either way, this is a decent spec PC. So right now, without turning anything, the same project was getting 36 FPS. I don't know why. It is probably because I am running vMix and recording vMix at the same time. So you will have to excuse that because that is also taking away a lot of GPU and also RAM and storage for sure. So if you ignore the vMix recording, we have 48 FPS if we do nothing. So we are going to hit the same old 4 heavy effects, but strobes are not heavy. Strobe is just fine. So we can see almost no frame drop. Oh yeah, there are frame drop. We are mixing a lot of like 4 HD footages by unit 44 next dimension and strobing for no reason, trying out the FPS if you can compare. Now I'm going to hit another heavy effects and see the frame rate. If you may remember, the frame drops for the first time. I don't know if it's a bug. We're gonna find out together. So 3, 2, 1. Ta-la! Aquarela. Frame drops to nothing. If you remember, in the Mac, there was a massive frame drop when we ignited Aquarela. But here, almost nothing is happening. A little bit, something happening with the FPS. Also, the VRAM is cool, I guess. This PC has 32 GB RAM and the Mac had 16 GB RAM. So you will have to also consider that disadvantage also for the PC. Now I'm going to hit the second heavy FX called stroke. In my recent findings, the first time you trigger, the frame drops drastically with the Mac at least. Let's try. 3, 2, 1. We're going stroke. Ta-da! Frame drops to 26. Then it gradually sticks to 29 and 30. If I release stroke, we jump back to 4950, 4950. Let me hit again. This time we drop to 28, 30, 29, yeah. And then again, back to 50. Let me hit it. Try to disrupt my frame rate to drop to very bad. Okay, worst was 27. So in that comparison, by the way, I was running 2 HD TVs on Mac while I was making the set, but here right now I'm using just 1 HD TV, but I am capturing the screen and the Resolume setup. This is eating up a lot of my GPU and my RAM, I think. So now I am running the whole project in a 4K project, but my displays, my TVs here are still HD. So my project is 4K. It's natively running at 34 FPS when I have 4 layers running in autopilot, by the way, and I have some composition effects going on. This drops to 22. What will happen if I strobe now? Is it going to be choppy? Is it going to be choppy? I have successfully made it 19 FPS. Let me stop the wiggle, by the way. Black strobe is also creepy in 26 FPS. Let me try to hit the heavy effects number 1 called stroke, and the frame drops to 18, 16, 17. Oh, it's stuck to 17. Back to 28. What will happen if I put Aquarela on a project where I'm outputting 2 displays? 3, 2, 1, wah! 16 FPS. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not going to go with 4K with Mac Mini. Now I know, now you know. Oh, by the way, this photo, her name is Felani. She was a 10 years old Bangladeshi girl until she was killed and hung on a border wall and lived there for the whole night, hours. Nobody forgot that. Let's get back to the project. Now we are going to take the project and try out the performance, what we get on the PC. So we will be using a 4K project. This project is called Wing Commander by Unit 44. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Thank you, Polo, for the footages. So let's say we have a bunch of effects on the layer wise. That's okay. But for the composition, we're going to try again the stroke and Aquarela, and we're going to hit 3, 2, 1, ta. Our frame drops to 40. So 4K is okay. So from 50 we drop to 40 with the stroke. But with Aquarela, oh sorry, I was using Aquarela last time. This is the stroke and we hit 8 FPS. Oh my god. Let me leave the stroke. Let's hit stroke once more. We reach to 24 and stick around 24. Let me see what happens. Yeah, we dropped to 24 on a 4K project. Right now I'm not connected to a lot of displays, so you'll have to consider that frame drop. So when I'm not capturing in vMix and running Resolume, I get way better FPS than this. Let me try. I'm going to write down on the video the FPS I get when I stop recording in vMix. If you are looking for cracks and pirated software and all awesome free cracked VG loops, go f yourself. But if you are looking for a great community who constantly shares ideas, inspiration, troubleshoots each other's problem every day, I'm going to leave a link for an awesome WhatsApp community. You are welcome to join there. Now let's compare the whole rig, but without the Mac Mini, but with a laptop, because maybe you hate Apple. Theoretically speaking, here is the comparison. With the same rig, with the same output capabilities, look like this with a laptop instead of Mac Mini. It would be more portable, to be very honest. Compare with a 2 display output M4 MacBook. So a 14-inch MacBook Pro with M4 chip is $1699. So the rig costs. Before I share all my negative takes with you about Mac Mini M4, let me tell you about our new channel. It's called All About Stage Shows. We talk everything and anything about stage shows, lighting, laser, visual, everything. You should check it out. My negative takes. Yeah, I understand. You hate Mac. You cry every night and wet your pillow because Mac Mini power button is little underneath. I get it. But if you want my opinion, I'm going to put them into 3 segments. Good Apple. Not to mention the beautiful body design, the OS, the performance, rock solid, bottom line. Bad Apple. So the way they set their price and product and ranges, it's totally dark and cruel. In simple words, you will have to pay based on the level of user you are. If you are a pretty pink lady, they got you with their fancy iPad or iPhone 15, 16, 18 Pro Maxes, all flashy things. But if you are a pro dude, you gotta pay pro. One example is their storage pricing. It's almost 8 times. Ugly Apple. The ugly part is, I'm really confused. The way Apple priced Mac Mini with such robust performance, I really wonder what the larger market is going to do with such a robust device, say a video editor or an animator, what they can achieve out of $599. So, what does Apple want? Write down in the comment below if you have any clue what the evil thing is coming up from Apple. If you are still watching this video, you have earned it. Use this promo code to get 10% discount in Resolume Masterclass. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you guys and narrow it down to who actually need this Mac Mini setup and for whom this is actually total waste. My opinion, what kind of VJs can use a Mac Mini? Number 1, if this is not your primary machine. If you are looking for a second machine or a backup machine or an installation machine that you want to make and leave it there, this is a sweet toy. Love the flexibility. I love how I can carry this to my home and plug it with an USB-C dock. Later, when I walk out of my home, I can carry it in my pocket, literally. Bring it in the studio and then plug in. Voila! Skeptic and curious about Apple Intelligence. Also, if you are skeptic like me and you want to keep a closer eye on the Apple way of intelligence and what is their generative and large language model, this is a great device to try Apple Intelligence. In the meantime, if you want to learn another awesome VJ trick, check out this video. And hi, my name is Zunayed Sabbir Ahmed. I'm from a beautiful country called Bangladesh. See you on the next video.